Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another stream, another triple stream, because it's myself, Nina, and Kev is back in the building as well. Listen, we've got a number of things to run through. To be fair, Nina, this is basically your stream. I mean, did you want to go through it?
I'll take it away then. Yep. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Obviously, we all got the news yesterday that Nicolas Jackson is back in training, which is good news. It's come at a good time during international break as he has some time to recover before our next game. Obviously, he won't be rushed back, but it's good to know that we have him available for the remainder of the season. And touch wood, if he can stay fit, I think he'll be really, really useful to the remainder of our season. I'm sure you guys agree.
Yeah.
What, one word? Come on, Kev. Fucking
Well,
hell. First stream back. Have you forgotten how to talk?
yeah. First and foremost, good afternoon. Big up
Very
everyone's locked in.
insightful.
Yeah. But I will go into that. But yeah, with Nicolas Jackson,
It's funny.
it's not only his goals that he gives you a lot more than that. He stretches the pitch. He gives you more of a vocal points. Obviously, if you went to the last game against Arsenal, that was nowhere to be seen. We had no centre point. We had no one to feed the ball into to hold the ball up, let's say. So Jackson gives you that. It gives you the running in behind. It gives you the press. It gives you the work rate. But I feel like he needs to add more goals to his game. I think he's on 9 goals in the Premier League this season, which isn't bad. But I think coming into the money into the season, he needs to chip in with some more goals, and hopefully he can help us to get that top 4 place. So it's all good news. But yeah, getting back, he's definitely going to be needed. He has been missed. I feel like a lot of fans, you don't know what you're missing till it's gone. And since Jackson's been gone, we've had to play Neto and then Kinku in that number 9 position. It's not been good, hasn't it? We haven't had that attacking threat. So hopefully Jackson comes back, hits the ground running, and gives us that threat going in behind. And like I said, it's all good news. Obviously him, also Fofana, Lavi as well. So we're getting that core back into the team going into the right part of the season. So hopefully they can help us and to push us forward.
I think that with Jackson as well, I know people say he doesn't score enough of his chances, but he gets himself in better positions than everyone. And this is the thing as well, is even when the chances are there, like we get some good crosses in, and I'm not saying we do it a lot because recently we haven't created enough either, but we've got a guy who's going to get in the right positions. And now when we see a good ball, I say now, just in recent games, I'm not seeing enough people getting in a position to actually put it away. Whereas Jackson's always in and amongst it. And on top of that, like again, like you were saying, Kev, he helps make things happen. So it's not just about being at the end of a ball, but it's can you be part of the build up so that we can create something from nothing. And he's also the only player really that helps us really counter with some potency, because I know Neto can counter, to be fair. I mean, Madueke is out as well. But if you've only got one player willing to drive, it's very difficult. And if you've got at least 2 or 3, then they can link up and cause problems. And when you've got Nkunku playing on the wing or even up front, to be fair, you just kill that momentum. And Sancho's not going to run in behind either. So, it just gives us a different dynamic that we haven't had. And, on top of that, it's just nice to see another player who's willing to put a shift in. We've been complaining about Nkunku not trying hard enough. And then people were going, well, that's all we've got. We've got Tyreek George. He's not playing. So at least if Jackson comes in, it sort of justifies that someone else can hopefully fill that Nkunku void. That would presumably be Neto, as he's been the striker in recent games. And yeah, just go from there.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. And I think, Jackson has some unique qualities to his game. Whether he's always, on target, his conversion rate can be better, yes. But I think he's got unique qualities in the fact that, like you guys already mentioned, he's part of build-up play. But, at the same time, he causes headaches for defenders because he is that player that just, will drag defenders with him. He can be a menace up front. So I think we certainly have missed that. And also, you know, partly why we look so kind of, what's the word, disarmed up front is, again, because I think a player like Jackson is missing. Could it be coincidental that Palmer's numbers really went down? Obviously, we know that they had quite a good partnership up front in terms of making things happen. So, you know, Jackson's built some good chemistry with a lot of our forwards because of, you know, he's now obviously with us for 2 seasons, right? Second season for Jackson, isn't it? So, you know, he's only going to improve and get better, but he certainly needs game time. And I think that, you know, him returning at this point in the season is pretty crucial because we've got some tough games coming up. And I think, you know, we all discussed this, that certain players coming back from injuries, it's at a good time. You know, we really need a lift in performances. We need a lift in form. We need a bit of consistency as well. And we've got some tough games coming up. So obviously, Tottenham a week today at home. I don't know whether he would start. However, just having him even as an option there, he's going to strengthen our bench massively until he can start as well. So yeah, it's a welcome back for Jackson. Actually, we know we've grown to miss him. I myself was someone who criticised him a lot at times last year, and I certainly have been critiquing him, but I have also praised him. You know, where he's deserved it, I have praised him. But yeah, we've missed Jackson, haven't we? Do you think how soon is too soon to see him play again? You're muted, Kev.
Sorry, yeah. He's back in full training, so I'm assuming he's only a week, 2 weeks away maximum. Obviously, with the way that we're doing stuff now, I don't think they'll rush him back. But I think if that the Tottenham game he makes an appearance, or you'll make an appearance in the game after that. So he's not far away from contention. And the thing of you hit the nail on the head. The thing with being a striker is you get judged on your goals. Simple as that. And I think his work goes under the carpet. The work he and the stuff he brings to the team doesn't get acknowledged. And it's clear to see that we've missed that work rate. And if he brings it back and he gets back up to form, I'm sure you'll see the likes of Cole Palmer shining, because they had such a good partnership. I think when Jackson pulls defenders out of position that way, you'll see Palmer coming in, occupying in the spaces in a different area. So the both of them work well together. So I think after the international break, obviously going to Tottenham again, we need both of them back. We need both of them back firing. I think Palmer and Jackson are key to us having a good end to the season. So I'm not sure about Palmer. Is Palmer back for Tottenham? Have you heard any news on Palmer?
I'm not too sure if it will be Tottenham, but apparently we should have an update on that soon.
Yeah. So it's Tottenham's a no-brainer. I think we've got that game. You know, it's a non-negotiable. We've got to go into that game and win. But also, we don't want to rush players back and injure them, because, like I said, Love is going to be coming back as well. For Foden made an appearance against Arsenal, so it's all good. The players coming back at the right time, but it's not about them rushing back and getting rushed back into football. You've got to monitor their fitness and make sure that they're not getting a recurring injury in 2-3 games down the line. So it's interesting to see how we're going to rotate it, but it's good news that everyone's coming back at the right time now. So yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
Definitely. And I mean, I bet
where's Alex gone?
He's just disappeared. He's really bored of us, apparently. But but yeah, everyone in the chat as well, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the stream, guys. So everyone that's joining us, let us know how soon will we see Jackson back. But, you know, I'm sure he's going to be itching to play that game against Tottenham. You know, his famous hat trick there last year at their grounds. And, you know, there's obviously a lot of controversy with that game and with Chelsea and Tottenham. There always is. But I'm sure that he's going to be so and well up for it, you know, making his return, getting some goals. He's on 9 at the moment, so he could potentially get into the double digits maybe when he's back and, you know, following from an injury out. But he's also got 5 assists, so decent numbers. He's obviously been injured, but have we maybe expected a little bit more in terms of numbers from Jackson this year, given that he had a great first season for us? What do you make of his G&A this year?
Not so good. Not so good. I think he started the season and everyone was excited. We thought, you know what, can he consistently go on and perform to this level. If that's the case, we're potentially looking at one of the best strikers in the league. Let's be real, because it's not only the goals he brings to the table. He'll bring, like I said, hold up play, the willing to work, running behind, run the channels. He makes any defender's game a hard day, let's say. But when you go so many games without contributing, and I mean, he's gone. I think it was 11 games without scoring. 11 games was it without scoring? That's not good enough. But for any striker at any level, 11 games is not acceptable. So, what's the reason behind it? Is it we're not creating much, creating the chances for him? Is it missing too many chances? It's down to the Chelsea management to fact find to understand why his levels are dropped so far, because you don't go from scoring so many goals at the start of the season and everyone hyping you up and saying that you're the best striker in the Prem to them dropping and not scoring in 11 games. So we've got to figure out where it went wrong. But with that in mind, he's had a bit of a break now. The injury's probably done him well. Can he come back and shine like he did at the start of the season? It's just like a start of a new season for him now. In his mind, he should be thinking, can I start this end of the season like I did the start of the season? And can I go on a run of scoring goals consistently? And if he does that, we are in a chance of getting top 4. If he doesn't, we may slip out. So it's all down to Jackson and Palmer now. Can they get back up and running to the end of the season? And that top 4 is probably secured.
Well, I don't understand the comment. Potato.
Where the hell you been?
Oh, I had an important call. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what does this even mean? Like, I don't even know if I want to put it up on screen in case it's something I really don't actually
I don't want
to know about. But yeah, do I ask, please enlighten me, or like, please don't enlighten me?
What's the potato?
I don't know.
Big up to Stephen. Good to see you in the building. Jackson's return does nothing for me when he was a rut before getting injured anyway. Oh, well, let's hope that, because he needed some time out. Sometimes having time out is all a player needs, and then they come back and they feel rejuvenated.
The thing is, though, there's too much solely dependent on him to get you the goals. In most teams, they've got 1 or 2 strikers that can bring that to the table. And everything, the way he carried a lot of weight to contribute with goals. And he went missing. Put it like this, he went missing for the last 9 games before his injury. He went missing. But like you just said, Alex, he's had the injury. Can he rejuvenate his season? Can he go on and run now? Because at the end of the day, if he finishes the season strong and we get Champions League, the bad form that he went on is forgotten about. If he continues to rut to the end of the season, he cannot start for us to start our next season, because he's had 2 seasons to prove himself and he's not coming up with the goods. So it's down to him now to prove himself that he's the man for Chelsea. There's no one else in that striker position that's giving him any competition. He's there by himself. So he is going to get the time. So he's got no excuses to put the ball in the back of the net every game. And next season, that shirt's yours. If not, someone else might come and take it. And it's not, no one's fault apart from himself.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. To be fair, Kev, I think. Oh God, his timeout was for Astrid's motivation. Goodness gracious. I think we're very reliant on Jackson. We certainly need another striker. I would love to see Jackson in a front 2. I think he'd be great in a front 2. To be honest with you, like I'm not saying a 4-4-2 specifically, but I'm just saying like having someone up there to partner him at times, I think would be brilliant. But I just don't see the manager ever doing anything to facilitate that. But in fairness, I say that as well. I think Jackson's actually quite capable of taking care of himself in terms of, getting himself involved in the games. The positioning's good. The runs are good. I think his hold-up play is actually not bad. I think that was his most improved aspect of last season, was his hold-up play. Oh my God. I remember watching, I think it was the Bournemouth game, the last day of the season, whatever it was, or maybe it was West Ham, and some of the controls, just stopping the ball and being so strong. I think Jackson's come along leaps and bounds since he's come to Chelsea, but the truth is that you had a player who was relatively unknown, and now you're asking him to basically be a top striker, and it's so difficult to do it in a short space. But I mean, I think he can do it. I think he can get 20 goals. I still believe that, especially if he wasn't injured. I mean,
this season.
Well, if he wasn't injured, Kev, then I think that he could have.
Yeah,
he could have. He's on 9 at the moment. I mean, we
he
got
went on
Tottenham.
he went on a 9-game run where he never scored. So
yeah,
that's
so
the main reason why.
you would think to yourself that he would be able to come back off of that and get some.
There's still
Everyone
time.
has dips within a season.
There's
If his dip is in the middle,
still
and I've got
time
no issue.
Contribute, yeah, 100%.
I mean, I think he's still perfectly capable of getting 15, and I think 20 is a bit of a stretch since he's had so much time out. But hey, listen, Tottenham, another hat trick that puts it on 12. You never know.
That's what I said. He's going to be itching to play in that game. And the thing is, like, leaps and bounds is a good way to describe Jackson and the journey we've been on with him since he arrived. But that's the thing. He is a likable player in the sense that you do just kind of root for him because, you know, you never have to doubt his effort and his actual interest and devotion in performing for the club because, you know, he is always so on it. You can see the visible disappointment when he doesn't score or he misses, you know, a very clear-cut chance. And again, I think when we've seen players recently since the takeover, or at least like during that turnover and transition, there was a lot of players that were just ready to go and didn't really want to play for Chelsea. So to have those players kind of, yeah, in a smaller capacity, I suppose, but just wanting to be there and perform for the club and, you know, build an affinity with the fans is welcome, and we reciprocate that well, because when a player tries and they're obviously putting in a lot of effort, then great. The quality's not always been there, for sure, and, you know, the biggest grudge I have with Jackson is him missing those clear-cut chances in the FA Cup semi-final against City last year. I truly believe we would have been at a final if he was clinical in that game, so again, you know, it's obviously great to say in hindsight, but sometimes under pressure when he has to deliver in big games, he doesn't. And that's the problem because, yeah, you can do it, obviously, you know, against lower level opposition, or you can score first because a lot of the times Jackson is very good at opening the scoring, but when it comes to getting like an equaliser or like a goal that makes you come back in a game, he isn't able to deliver that. So actually, it is a lot to ask for from a striker who's still quite young, still learning. But again, it's like we then next season will look to Jackson to be much, much better. Like, you will look and expect a lot more from him because, again, a great first season given the environment he came in. Maybe a little bit more was expected of him this year, but next year you'd certainly look at him. He has to step up massively and get those GNA up. But you know, you look at his numbers. He's only got 1 goal less than Delap, who's, you know, a very highly regarded forward in the Prem at the moment. So yeah, we've expected more, but he has certainly been a player that has complemented a lot of our forwards in the front line and has contributed to their goals as well this year, so that's not to be overlooked too.
Anything else, Kev? I mean, to be fair, I mean, from a Jackson standpoint, I mean, I think I've pretty much said what I need to say. I think the guy he's a key player, and we've missed him.
Yeah, he's just got a lot to prove. Like I said, it's all being well, working your socks off to get positions to score and giving that side of the game, but if it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net with a simple chance and you're skying it or you're hitting it wide consistently, you're just not good enough. And yeah, there's going on blips as a striker, maybe 1 or 2 games, but 9 games when you've had balls put to you on a plate, when you've missed chances, it's not good enough. So we can make excuses up for him, but ultimately he needs to come back and he needs to score goals. That's it. It's down to him now. So there's no pressure on him whatsoever. He comes in, he's the only striker available. No pressure on him to get in the team. He's going to start every game. No excuses. Come back, put the ball in the back of the net. That's it. Simple as that. It sounds very simple, but, you know, that's it.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, is there anything else on that, or is that pretty much all of it?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, judging by the mixed reactions in the chat as well and how people feel about Jackson's return, you can kind of gather that he is still a player that divides a lot of opinion, which again, I think is more telling than anything else. Like, you know, we all unanimously can't wait for Palmer to come back. We know he elevates us and has instant impact, but with Jackson, there's a bigger what if, and what does that look like when he's back? So, you know, it just does tell you where the player's at. But we'll see.
Yeah, I've seen another comment as well. I mean, I don't know if you seen what's happened with the CST, the Chelsea Supporters Trust.
Yeah.
No.
I read the open letter as well, and you know what? Fair fucking play to the Chelsea Supporters Trust, because do you know what? I always find this as well. I'm trying to think of a good example. Just in life, a life lesson. If you take action too quickly on these things, then you always have the question, what if I gave someone the opportunity to actually come back from their mistake, whatever it is? In this case, it's Bowley. And it's been a couple of months since Vivid Seats became a massive issue. Well, a viral issue, let's just call it that. And we haven't heard a single thing from Bowley or the ownership or the club, to be quite frank.
Absolutely nothing.
I haven't heard anything about it. I thought maybe this would be something that he could have talked about in the Financial Times Summit. He didn't talk about it on Bloomberg. He didn't talk about it. Like, I don't know if he's spoken to Forbes recently as well. He hasn't spoken with none of the financial outlets are asking him about that. They're asking him footballing questions, which obviously still interest us. But it's like, come on, mate. First of all, why do we have to hear all these things from financial outlets? Why can't you just say this on a fan forum? Like, we know Bowley went to see the CPO a year or two ago. He actually went to the CPO dinner and spoke to Chelsea fans. So he did try and integrate in the first sort of year he was involved. But since then, very much distanced himself from the club. I know he's not got any controlling stakes at the moment. He can't make any sporting decisions without Clearlake. But you'd still think that he feels like he has an obligation to the fan base, because he says we care about our constituents, Chelsea fans being one of them. But we still haven't heard anything.
Does it really look like he cares about the fans in the way that he speaks public? He does not care. And if he did, he would have came out and he would have made a statement in regards to, and he would have backed his case up. He would have told us the reasons why. And I believe if he really did care about his reputation and how much we rate him as a human and as a chairman, he would have took a back step from Vivid Seats. He would have cut his losses with Vivid Seats and said, you know what, this is not right, what I'm doing. I'm going to take a back step and I'm going to show Chelsea and show the Chelsea fans that they're important. He's done zero. He's done nothing. He hasn't come out and made a statement. He hasn't took a back step back. He's done nothing. So it goes to show who we are dealing with. People that don't care. They don't care about us, don't care about the club. He's already said it in numerous times with what he said. All he cares about is how much that he's getting, how much he can get his hands in our pockets, how much money he can milk from us. That's it. So it's no surprise to me, bro, that he hasn't come out and said anything. And he will do it. He won't. It's not going to happen. These people, these owners, are stuck in their ways. As long as they're seeing profit and they're seeing the buying the best of the youth and the seeing the model and the vision of what they brought the club for, they don't care about who they're going to upset on the way. If you're trying to say they don't care about who are us to them, really, like customers, isn't we? That's it.
I mean, that's what Chris said.
Yeah, as long as we're spending money on kits and going to games and merch and whatever, they don't care about our feelings, bro. So there's no point even looking too deeply into it, because it's not going to change. Whatever we do, even going to these little protests and whatnot, do you think that protest a couple of weeks ago is going to change anything? Do you think that's going to make them change the way they think? Just the last couple of weeks, we brought 2 more youngsters from Portugal. So after all this has come out, we've gone and bought another 2 more youngsters for £70-something million. So do you think they really care about the protest? Do you think they care about what we've got to say? No. They're just keeping it moving, brother. That's it.
I think it's just a bit, I don't know, it's both sad and quite ironic how like all of us season ticket holders and members got emails about ticket touting and how, you know, Chelsea are investigating it, and it's you know, treated as a very serious matter and something that, you know, shouldn't be the case. And then here you are, we've got this situation where, you know, Todd Bowley sat on the directors board of Vivid Seats. So I think it just is very contradictory, isn't it? And it's also quite saddening that we're being kind of called out on it as fans and members and season ticket holders, yet this is, you know, what's going on. So again, it's like, fair play to the Supporters Trust. You know, they've been very great at sort of vocalizing all of us Chelsea fans' concerns and stuff, but it's just like, did you not learn from it once? Like, all we've ever really asked for is just some transparency, and that's where the lack of trust comes with, you know, the ownerships and directors, etc., owners. So it's like, it's such a small thing to request, just a little bit of transparency, yet here we are having to continue digging, and the silence is actually louder than probably any words said on the matter yet. So, you know, I guess we all know, right? We're all very much aware of what the actual situation is. So here you are, we talk about trust and we talk about belief and all of these words, but there isn't really any actions warranting those things to continue, you know, being the case, trust and honesty and all of that stuff. So it's just, it's sad and it's a bit funny at the same time, isn't it?
I mean, let's actually see what has been said, because they wrote an open letter, and yeah, so this is what's been reported. There's an open letter and DCMS consultation. What's DCMS? Department for Culture, Media and Sport consultation. Okay, so the Chelsea Supporters Trust has written an open letter to the Premier League CEO in response to reports connected Todd Bowley and Vivid Seats. The CST has also submitted evidence on this issue to the Department for Culture, Media and Sports on the resale of live ticket events. So if we see what's been said, we can zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, so they've written directly to the CEO of the Premier League, Richard Masters, and they've said, "Dear Mr. Masters, we are writing to you as the elected board of the Chelsea Supporters Trust in response to recent reports connected Todd Bowley and the ticket exchange and resale company Vivid Seats. The Chelsea Supporters Trust has penned this letter as we have received a significant amount of correspondence from concerned CST members and supporters from the wider Chelsea Football Club fan base on this issue that cannot be ignored. As a membership-led organisation, the CST board is writing to you on behalf of our members. Since its inception, the CST has been in regular dialogue with Chelsea Football Club and the Premier League and the Football Supporters Association and other key stakeholders regarding the ongoing battle against ticket touting and illegal sales of tickets on third-party websites. We were therefore dismayed when in early February it was highlighted that Todd Bowley sits on the board of directors of Vivid Seats, and it has been reported that through his holding company, Mr. Bowley owns approximately 41% of Vivid Seats. Vivid Seats currently lists tickets for every Premier League fixture for the remainder of the season, and most tickets are being sold above face value at significantly inflated rates. For example, a ticket for Liverpool's final fixture of the season is currently listed on Vivid Seats for almost £20,000. Most notably, Vivid Seats currently lists hundreds of Chelsea Football Club general admission tickets at significantly inflated prices. As these tickets are not sold by the Chelsea FC website, they are considered by Chelsea Football Club to be legal sales. To further compound matters, Vivid Seats is also explicitly named on the Premier League websites as a known unauthorized ticket website. Many CST members are clearly infuriated by this connection. and have written to us to say that Mr. Bowley's association with Vivid Seats is a breach of trust and a clear conflict of interest. It's also important to note that over the past month, the CST board have been encouraged by the renewed effort of Chelsea Football Club to provide reassurance to supporters on the robust action it's taking to tackle ticket touting and stop those participating in this illegal activity. Working closely with the CST, the club has recently updated the ticket tout section of the website and has proactively contacted supporters with details on how it's ensuring tickets are not being sold illegally. Relevant officers of the Metropolitan Police have also written to the CST to provide reassurance that the policing team are working hard to clamp down on street touting around Stamford Bridge. Those of you who don't know what that is, when you go to Stamford Bridge, you generally hear people saying, well, they basically just shout tickets, don't they? Tickets, 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 and then you buy one. So that's what they're talking about, just buying tickets off of random people. We also note that the Premier League has an ongoing campaign to highlight the importance of buying directly from Premier League clubs, and that buying from unauthorized sources can leave real fans out of pocket, or worse still, outside the stadium. As a director of Chelsea Football Club and part owner, Mr. Bowley's connection with Vivid Seats is totally inappropriate and significantly undermines the efforts of Chelsea Football Club, the Premier League, and the Metropolitan Police to combat ticket touting. So that's the first part of the letter. I mean, do we have any response just off of the first part?
Yeah, no, I mean, it echoes pretty much everything we've been wanting to know and the questions that have been raised. Like, I mean, some of those prices are just absolutely insane. No, I mean, yeah, there's not really many words I can say
Scandalous.
than what I haven't said already.
I mean, we were talking about tickets this morning, Kev. You gave me a call and you were talking about how they're asking for IDs now, and obviously you're not a member. I mean, to be honest, I think there's fuck all point of being a member because it's basically impossible to get tickets anyway. Like, if I wasn't a season ticket holder, I would go down the route that you go down, Kev. I just find people that get tickets and see if they can help, because you can count on your mates a lot more than you can count on the club. I mean, when you look at the VWR, the virtual waiting room, you know, you go in, and some people in the past
it's
go on, mate.
It's a total scam. It's an absolute scam. So with the virtual waiting room, so to become a member now, you have to pay £37.
It's
gone
gone
up from £30 to £37.
It was 25 one.
£37 for membership now. £37 now. £37. So just think, how many fans are paying for this membership just to be sold a dream that you're going to get a ticket based on how much points you acquire, yeah? So you go into this virtual waiting room, some people are just getting kicked out of it. You're waiting for an hour, and next thing you know, you're automatically getting kicked out. So that £37 you spent is just a waste of £37. You may as well get £37 and stick it straight down the drain, because you're not going to get a ticket. So just think how many people have been sold the dream. So when you look at it like that, they can control, think about it, they can control who gets a ticket in this virtual waiting room. So they can keep X amount of tickets for themselves to sell on Vivid Seats. So they can say 1,000 people that have been waiting in the virtual waiting room, we're just going to kick out the virtual waiting room, and we're just going to say those tickets have been sold, so we can sell them on Vivid Seats for £20,000. And that's how they're making their money. It's all a big scam. You will never find me buying a membership ever again, because it's pointless. You are not going to get a ticket. So that's where it comes down to now.
Obviously.
No, my dad is. I used to go through my dad. My dad's been a member for how many years, but even him, it's pointless. There's no point even going into this virtual waiting room, because you're not going to get a ticket. So this is how they're scamming people.
Like the whole basis of it and being rewarded for loyalty doesn't even really seem to be that way as well.
Nothing.
You know, like the whole kind of philosophy about it, and, you know, getting loads of loyalty points and then being able to go to other games that you've never been to before. even that whole system in itself doesn't really work that way anymore. So it just kind of really seems futile.
I feel for all members, because I do speak to a lot of people that have that. Matt is a great example as well. Like those of you in the chat, you know Matt Dav. Yeah, he's a member, and he puts so much effort into getting tickets. It's like a full-time job, or it's a part-time job, basically. I mean, you dedicate hours and hours and hours to sitting in this waiting room and seeing what happens. And then ultimately you get let down a lot of the time. Not all the time. Sometimes you do get it. I mean, it depends how good you are at it. And people have a couple of tricks that they use, I'm sure. Multiple accounts is things that we've seen, etc., etc. I think that's what they're clamping down at the club in that respect.
So the next phase for them is, so they don't want to see people making money off tickets. So say if you do get into the virtual waiting room and you acquire tickets, the next phase is now to make it harder for you to sell your tickets for a profit, because they're now going to put a name to the ticket. I've been told this morning by a friend of mine that he's having to go to the go to the ground physically with his ID to pick up tickets now. So the next part to it is, I can see having, if your name's on the ticket now and you sell it to someone else and their name doesn't match the ticket, I think next year they're gonna start turning people away. That's how serious this is becoming. So I can actually see it happening very soon. So this is the way it's going. This is where it's going, unfortunately.
I don't think it's a bad thing that they're asking for ID, but
yeah, but so you think it's acceptable for them to ask us for ID because we've made £5 on the ticket, but they can go onto their they can go to Vivid Seats and sell tickets for £20,000. So it's okay for them to do it on a massive proportion and a massive spectrum, but for people like me and you that can't get a ticket anyway, that have been loyal to the club for how long we've been alive, can't get a ticket, but because we've got a ticket from Joel Blogs down the road, that we can't get into the ground now because we haven't got a season ticket, or we haven't been able to get through this virtual waiting room. I just think it's a load of shit, bro, what they're doing. It's awful what they're doing. They're killing the club, brother. From the tickets down to merch, down to everything. They're ripping the soul out of this club, bro, at the minute. So
Josh makes a good response as well, Kev. I mean, he says, when you've got millions of fans who want to watch the club in a 40,000 capacity stadium, you can't really complain about it being hard to get tickets. You're not going to the movies.
Yeah. Totally.
Oh, so you agree with him then?
In general, yes, for people, and obviously we all understand, and I always say, like, it's such a huge privilege to be able to go to Chelsea games. Like, we never take that for granted, but it's more of a sense that the whole kind of structure about getting loyalty points, etc., to be able to go to games and then it being kind of impossible to go, I think that's where we're coming from with the difficulty. Otherwise, in general, of course, it is a lottery in many ways. There is this whole kind of ballot thing as well that clubs do as well, where people get entered and just thrown into like a raffle, and it's very much, like winning the lottery to go to games, and that's quite different. But it's just the whole structure, and like you say, a lot of time and effort does go into being a member as well, and it just sometimes does feel like you're not really rewarded for that. So that's where we're coming from. But otherwise, of course, Josh makes an absolutely great point there. Millions of fans obviously want to go. Not everyone can go, but it's more just the whole side of still spending a lot of time and effort trying to go and actually going. And obviously people travel to European games as well, and obviously a lot further to kind of strengthen their portfolio, I suppose, of games gone, so that you can get rewarded with more. Is that's the whole that structure of it is a little bit complicated. But otherwise,
I've never this season. I've got to be. I'm lucky to. I've never been to Tottenham away. I've never been to Arsenal away. Those 2 games now have been taken off the bucket list, let's say. So I'm lucky to be able to have Alex and people around me to go. Think if you haven't got a link to go to games, how are you going to go to a game now? It's going to be impossible with this virtual waiting room and the way they're doing it. There's no chance for people that let's say, new Chelsea fans, that up and coming Chelsea fans that have never been to a game, it's going to be a more or less impossible mission for you to get a ticket now. And that's the sad thing. We're lucky enough to have links within the club to get tickets. What about the people that haven't? So it's bad when you consider that they're keeping tickets for themselves to sell on Vivid seats for £20,000. It's sad. It's sad the way the club's going right now. It's all for the money and not all for the money, not for the fans. And like I said, Nina said, I cannot take for granted this season. I've been lucky enough to go to Arsenal and Tottenham. Some people will pay 15 to 20 grand to go to them games, and they paid £30 face value. So we're lucky. We are the lucky ones, but I cannot see happening for longer. The way they are designing this ticket model now, that the way they're doing it, I can't see it being something what's going to happen next season, probably season after. It's going to change, and people like ourselves that aren't season ticket holders, it's going to be more or less impossible to go to games. So these moments of us going to games, just take it on board and be happy, because it's going to be difficult going forward.
Yeah, let's go through the second page, because there is 2 pages with the letter. So let's see what else was said. This is from the CST to Richard Masters. Mr. Bowley has been contacted directly by the Chelsea Supporters Trust and has been offered multiple opportunities to both publicly and privately address supporters concerned. Neither Bowley or his representatives have, however, acted on these requests, and thousands of tickets remain for sale on the Vivid Seats website. The Chelsea Supporters Trust firmly believes that it is now time for the Premier League to act and investigate. We would welcome your views as the CEO of the Premier League on this matter, and anticipate that the Premier League would take this opportunity to act swiftly and ensure that, as a major shareholder of a Premier League club, ceases facilitating the sale of tickets for significantly above face value. The Chelsea Supporters Trust does not believe that it is appropriate for any Chelsea Football Club tickets or wider Premier League tickets to be listed on the Vivid Seats website. Not only is Vivid Seats unauthorized to resell Chelsea Football Club tickets and contravenes the Chelsea Football Club ticketing policy, but the website is explicitly named by the Premier League as a known unauthorized ticket website. To reiterate the point, Mr. Bowley's connection with Vivid Seats undermines the ongoing efforts of Chelsea Football Club, the Metropolitan Police and the Premier League to combat ticket touting. We would welcome the opportunity to meet with you and your board to discuss this matter further. We look forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely, the Chelsea Supporters Trust Board. So, yeah, that's what they finished the letter on. And it's just really important that people understand that this is something that was they tried to resolve internally. They wanted a public statement or something. They also tried to see if they could do it behind closed doors, so it wasn't public. And they never heard anything back from Bowley or any of his representatives in that sense, or any representative of the club as a fact. So that is why they have gone down the route of getting in touch with the Premier League, because we are basically being taken for mugs. And listen, you can try and be as nice as you want, but if people keep doing the same thing again and again and again, and it's obviously not in our best interest, then you've got to address it, haven't you? And that's where we are at the moment.
Anything, shout out. I just wanted to say shout out to the Chelsea Supporters Trust and thank you.
Oh, it's about time. I mean, I know Mark Meehan, who's one of the main people in the CST. I met him at a game. He's a really nice bloke, and he was also look. They do a lot of good initiatives. The Chelsea Supporters Trust. They did the Stamford Bridge sleep out as well, which was only last week. When they basically slept outside the stadium or inside the stadium, and they do a lot of good things for the club. This is not like a group of people who just do things for the love of the football club itself. It's more than that. They represent the community as well and the constituents. So when we look at the Chelsea Supporters Trust, you've got to give a lot of credit to these guys because they spend a lot of time dedicated towards the area and the club as a whole, and making it a better place for the fan base ultimately. If it wasn't for people like them, then who would you be counting on to spread this message that could be taken seriously? I mean, I know that there's different media outlets out there, but this is the best representation that you can get.
But they're our voice, basically. They represent us, and it's good for, like I said, like Nina said, shout out them because they're giving us the voice, and they're basically backing us up because all of us fans, we're all on the same wavelength right now. We all understand where things are going, and if it wasn't for the Chelsea Supporters Trust, he would get the message across to the Premier League and put complaints in. So we are getting heard, and hopefully the Premier League can go to people at Todd Bowley with this message from us to say that it's not acceptable that the way they're treating us and the way things are going. So fair play to them for standing up. Obviously, they've taken time to get to this point. They've obviously had to be strategic in how they're doing it. They don't want to jump straight into the deep end, but now they've actually got stuff in black and white because I've seen it now. I was with Chelsea. I was with Steve and Proper Chelsea on Saturday, and he showed me messages from somebody from Vivid Seats saying that Todd Bowley is a massive stakeholder within Vivid Seats, and he's got the message on his phone. And me and Fats seen the message. So yeah, the facts, it's there in black and white for us to see. It was, for me personally, it wasn't facts until I seen it, and now I've seen the message saying that Todd Bowley, he's a massive stakeholder within Vivid Seats, goes to show that he's making profit from us. He's making profit for us at every angle. He's making profit from us from the merch, from the tickets, and he's making massive profit from people abroad that can't get a ticket but want to pay £20,000. Just think how much money this guy is making from Chelsea right now, brother. Like, he's making massive money from us. But our voices need to be heard, and it's people like they say, the Chelsea Supporters Trust that are putting emails forward and getting stuff in place for us to obviously, this can't continue. The way things are being run, it can't continue, Alex. So how can it change? How can we get our voices across?
Hey, listen, there's always a positive. Neil's brought it. If he's given a ticket, he'll sort you out, Kev.
Oh, Kev, that's so wholesome.
If I'm given a ticket, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I respect it. But I right now, I'm in a good position. I'm getting looked after. So maybe next season when I can't get one ticket.
Kev, you can't just turn him down. You've got to accept it as a courtesy.
Hey Neil, hit me up, man. Hit me up. Hit me up in my DMs, man. Like I'll take you on the offer.
Everyone's going to be reaching out to Neil now. His inbox is going to be exploding. People bombarding him for tickets.
Hey, Neil's the plug for the tickets. Face value, not £30,000, like Vivid Seats.
Hey Kev, I've got a question for you. This is like a bit random. Which mic are you speaking out of? The one in here or the red one?
What does it sound clear?
No, it's fine. It sounds absolutely fine. But I don't know. It just popped into my head. I was like, which mic are you actually speaking out of? I'm
speaking out this one, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's just like a headset so you can hear us better.
So I can hear you better because the speakers on my laptop are awful. And obviously with Nina's mic, I probably wouldn't be able to hear where she's saying right now. So.
Hey, don't come for my mic.
I think that's what he's on about. The mic was the potato. That's what he's on about. I've clapped onto it.
Oh.
How much did you pay for the potato? Is that what he said?
Yeah, the mic.
I didn't realise he was talking about the mic.
Yeah. It's the mic. Yeah.
Oh, what? Because the potato doesn't make any noise when you speak into it. Is that the idea?
I don't know.
I think that's where he was going with stuff. Yeah. So,
That's
yeah.
a new one. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I mean, Neil says well, to be fair, Neil, I mean, Kev, if Neil gets loads of tickets, then you'll be swimming of it because he doesn't use them himself.
Hey,
Not while these owners are in charge.
Hey, Neil, hit me up, man. On a real one. This is me. This is Kev talking now. Neil, hit me up, man. Thank you. Yeah, I am proper Charles brother. I went to the game on Saturday, the Legends game. If you was there, it was probably the best entertainment I've had all season. To be fair, brilliant.
I mean, we got absolutely dismantled. From what
Have you watched it?
I didn't watch it. I just saw the score. We lost 2-0, didn't we?
Nah, it wasn't that. We didn't. We wasn't fully in control of the game. We had a couple opportunities. I think if Jimmy Floyd was about 5 or 6 years younger, he would have probably had a couple. But he's put it like this: me running backwards is quicker than Jimmy Floyd. He's slow, but it was just good to see my idols like Good Johnson. Wow, he looks like he's put on some timber, man. He's massive. Ramirez, Ramirez. Wow. Ramirez doesn't even look like Ramirez, and obviously I met William Gallas.
You guys see, because he was on the first page on the Instagram post that Chelsea made, and everyone was like, well, I saw someone make a video like he's literally the first one on there, and obviously it's all the Chelsea legends, and someone was like, who is that? Literally on first.
Ramirez.
Ramirez,
yeah.
It looks nothing like him. Like
nothing.
He's got a turkey hair and everything, and he's got like three tones.
I mean, once you zoom into the eyes, like the facial features, yeah, but like on first glance, you're like, what?
Nothing like him. Like, who the hell's that? Fair play to him. That's what money can do. It can get you a new look. Literally.
I mean, you don't need money to get that kind of look, Kev. I think, yeah, I mean, anyone can get that look.
Yeah. Nah, but I mean, like he's gone from being bald and he's got like a full set of hair. He's got like a beard. He's got like
a full set of hair.
I thought you were talking about putting on weight, Kev. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Nah, he's put on a bit of timber as well. But come on, man. I was saying
you need money to put on weight. That's what I was saying.
Nah, but they've all put on weight. Mikel looked in shape. I was like, wow, Mikel could still play now. Mikel was brilliant. He's our best player, personally.
Really?
Yeah, Mikel run. Well, Gerrard run the show. Gerrard completely run the show. I ain't gonna lie, and it's hard to say that. But yeah, it was good, man. I seen a couple of the lads after. I seen William Gallas and a couple of the lads after the game. It was good stuff, man. And I got to meet Steve as well. Steve, proper Chelsea, if you're watching. Oh, mate, he had a lot to say. Yeah, he had a lot to say. So it was a good day out. Good day out.
I saw your video with William Gallas. You were like, where the boys at? Where the lads at? He was trying to walk away, and you were like, "Go on, Will. Go on, Will."
There was literally so we parked there. We went to Italian. Me, Fats, and Steve. We went for Italian, and we went for a drink, and then we came back. And William Gallas was literally walking down the road. I was like, "Where's the lads at?" And it was literally all at a bar, top of the road. But I wasn't allowed in, obviously, for certain reasons. But there was all in the bar having a drink. You could see through the whole.
They booked out the whole bar.
Yeah, they booked out the whole bar. Yeah. So
yeah.
I tried to get Gallas to get me in, but he wasn't having it. He wasn't
going to let you in.
Nah, I was trying to get Gallas to say, "Oh, I'm his son or something," to get me in, but he wasn't having it. So,
long lost brother.
You just need to do a French accent, Kev.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, he didn't let me in. So, but that's how it goes.
Oh, mate. So what when you say he wasn't having it, was he like?
He was in a rush.
Trying to get away from you, or was it like, nah, I'm not doing this?
Nah, he stood there politely for about a good 2 minutes having a chat with me and stuff. And then he's like, because he's seen a few people walking down, so I think he got a bit scared or worried that Liverpool fans are cutting on to who he was. So he was like, I gotta go. So I just let him go, because obviously a Chelsea player being in Liverpool, it's not going to be
let him go as if you were holding him hostage.
Yeah, and obviously he was a massive part of the controversy. Remember when that goal in the Champions League where the ball went across the line? It was actually William Gallas that kicked the ball out, if you remember. So obviously,
and that goal counted, didn't it? Yeah.
The goal did count. Yeah. So it was Gallas. He's a massive legend, man. Like, it was just a privilege to be around him. But all in the space of a week, I actually seen Anthony Taylor as well in Morocco. Funny
I
enough.
saw that. Was that in Morocco?
That was in Morocco.
What was he
No
doing
one
there?
recognized him. He was literally no one recognized him.
He looks so different. Wait, get the
Yeah,
picture up. Have you got the picture?
Yeah, I got
On
the
the
picture.
group chat. Hang on.
Yeah, he said, get it up, and I said to his missus, I says, is that Anthony Taylor? She was like, I don't know. And I says, is in it? And I says, I'm Chelsea, so he's got to be careful. Like, yeah. Yeah, Anthony Taylor. It was awkward. It was awkward because I was like, Anthony, do you know I'm Chelsea, didn't you? And he's like, mate, look, I'm just. He was trying to get away. He was trying to cover himself up because obviously, if I blew his what's it called? Blew his cover, I think he would have had a bit of a difficult time because there was loads of English where we was at, and he just got on with his. I said, can we get a picture? And he just got on his way. But it was just weird how he was just there. Like,
So you didn't have a chat. You didn't have a chat with him.
Nah. I don't think he wanted to. He was busy with his wife, and he was just about to catch a plane. But it was just weird how he was there. Like, I was like, is that Anthony Taylor? Just weird. But I think if he was random. If it was anybody else, I think he would have probably got a kick for what he's done to us over the last 3 seasons with the controversies he's had and everything else. But I kind of let him go. He got lucky. But yeah, random week.
He managed to escape from you, Kev.
He did. He escaped.
You let him under the hook.
Right?
Off the hook. Sorry, not under the hook. You let him off the hook.
I let him off the hook. I should have really been a bit more strict with him because look at what he's done to us with the Kovacic sending off and everything else. Like, he's had us over. He's had our pants
what
down.
You should have done, Kev. You should have kicked his shin and you go, "That's a fucking red card, mate. Not what you've given to us."
I know. Literally.
Can you imagine?
And the thing is, when I actually deeped about what he's done to Chelsea, I thought, wow, I should have actually given him some stick, shouldn't I? Should have given him a bit of stick. Like, Anthony Taylor.
No, he should have pulled his. Oh, he doesn't have any hair. You should have said, "That's how Cooker AFL."
Oh, and that one.
Mate, there's so many. There's so many.
He hates Chelsea, and I was right in front of the enemy, and I let him go. But I must have been having a good day. I must have been.
Yeah, there you go. Boy said he should have pulled his hair.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We don't have a Telegram channel, no, but you can become a member of the channel if you wanted to. We've got a channel membership scheme, so if you want to support the channel in another way, you can do that. We've got a few different tiers as well. So yeah, you can always do that. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't, guys. We've got over 50 of you in here. Let's get at least 60 likes on the video because we had up to 70 or 80 at one point. Let's get at least 60 likes. Smash the like button if you haven't already, guys. Oh yeah, big up to the ladies tonight in the Champions League as well. Are you going to be watching that, Nina?
Oh,
yeah, big job, guys. This is actually a huge game for us, and
I'm
a bit worried. But after seeing Arsenal come back against Madrid, I've got confidence. I think we'll be fine. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure with this leg because Champions League is that competition that is the tricky one for us. It's the pinnacle now. It's the one we want to go for. So there's a lot of pressure, but we can do this. We can get the job done.
Who are we playing?
Man City.
Okay, right.
Man City, and we're 2-0 down on aggregate. We lost the first leg, so bigger job tonight, but that's fine. Arsenal came back yesterday, beat Madrid 3-0 after trailing 2-0 first leg. We can do it. But yeah,
you have faith.
Big job, but I have faith, yeah.
I don't know what the WSL table's looking like. I presume we're top.
Yeah, we are well clear, mate. We've got this in the bag again.
So is it Arsenal got to the semi-finals? We play Arsenal semi-finals if you go through. Is that correct?
No, so we're on opposite. Well, no, so they'll play Lyon next, and then we'll play Barca or Wolfsburg if we go through.
So
it could be an all-English final, which hasn't ever happened in the Champions League.
Wolfsburg, Barca, Lyon, and Barcelona women's teams, isn't they? So,
it's the big dogs. But yeah, no, it's really, really good. But yeah, hopefully we can get out of the bag. I'm a bit nervous talking about it, but we should have enough tonight. And also they're missing some key players, so we've got the advantage. Should be all right.
Is it a home game or an away game?
Home, yes. Yeah,
Oh, we'll be fine.
Come on, Chelsea.
Come on, Chelsea ladies. You going to sit, Nina?
I'm working, so I'll have it on my phone. But
Are you doing
the
blog?
ladies. Huh?
You doing the blog?
Not the blog tonight, no. Sadly, no. But hopefully, because I mean, less games now, so obviously there's much more senior people that do these ones. But yeah, I'm on the quarterfinals for the Conference League, but that's the 10th and 17th. I actually won't go. I've honestly missed out a lot of our Conference League games this year. But hey, it's not exactly like we're playing entertaining football, really.
The hell we played. We've played nobody's in the Conference League, and there's literally nobody's left. The best is for the older team. So it's in the point of getting excited.
There you go. Well, listen, big up to everyone that's watched the show. Appreciate your time. We're going to have another show at 8 o'clock tonight. So tune in for that one. We're going to dive into all of the latest news in that show as well. And smash the like button if you haven't already, guys. Subscribe to Nina and subscribe to our channel as well. And we'll be back very soon. All the best, guys.